baby. I did a one. Just a baby. Wow, this is not hurt so much. How you doing? Mm-hmm. She's so special. Me? Well, I've hit 5D enough to know what it's like. To just what it really is like, well, once you figure out that it's a video game. First of all, you have to be ready, or like willing, I guess, or you just have to, babes. You have to put up with how boring it is here on this plane. I didn't just say that you are boring or that you're not going to make the best out of whatever's going on here, but whatever it is, and there's a lot of itty. It could be shitty. We can do some word journeying. Some of my videos are not very good. I'm almost purposely making a weird looking face, and all that needs to end. Because we have this Pluto that's going to be inching forward. It's almost like we have been, babes. Do you realize what's going to happen before Pluto even makes it into Aquarius? First of all, I'm making this on, well, it's right before the sun is going to square Pluto, and the thing that's happening is it's because it's a Venus-ruled sun. I was already talking about this, and so Venus is really trying to get like into her better stance, I guess, like, and so is the masculine, the divine feminine and masculine. Basically, human beings should start awakening here when they get closer and closer to the brink of complete extinction. It's like, I think, I think that should we make a campfire? Sure, it's a great idea. And start throwing computers in there. That's what they're kind of doing in Africa. They are used to burning everything, and now they're just burning all the plastics and stuff that they get. It's darn, it's terrible. It's terrible. What is kind of going around and tooling about here in such a way, laughing at the it. I mean, the it. I don't mind it either. I mean, how can you mind it? Just can we get a little bit of a sense of freedom, a little bit? And if we look at the word freedom, I think I already made a video on this. It's with the R there. See, free. Just the word free it alone. See, the R says reverse it, and let alone that we can hear just the word fear could be in there. It's the sound fear anyway, right? Because there's two E's there, and you put the R over there, but sorry, I'm doing this fucking thing. Do you think I'm crazy? That's why I'm gonna start unlisting my real live word journey videos, but see, I'm having a lot of doubt about everything about myself right now, and you could too, because are you humanity? Hello, I am humanity, and we are up in the air. What's not realized, but you can easily see it if you go and look at the elections happening, particularly in the United States. And did Paris really flood out today? They are really putting the technology to full fucking throttle. Satellites and all. Never seen anything like it. I mean, it's showing up on my Facebook feed every once in a while as shorts, but then somebody take them and say, look at this, it's like, we really haven't, those places haven't really ever seen that. You can see it, some of the outskirts too, the rural areas that are experiencing flooding. It's like the trees are being knocked down, and those trees are standing there for 30 or 40 or 50 years at least, and So it's a sign that, yes, climate change is here. Now they're going to put on my video thing, climate change is blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to say chemtrails. And then they're going to, what are they going to do now? Shuffle between the two? Chemtrails or this or contrails is really what it is. And you know what I mean? They put this thing down there. And so, hi, you guys, you know, YouTube, can you please pay me to talk about narcissism? Because talk about boring. My God, that's why it's so boring in here because it's it's a trap for something that has succumbed to the mind. I mean, really look into it. Maybe it is just mental cases that choose to reincarnate here. Look at that mess back there. I mean, let me look at it. Oh, it's not that messy. To me, it's not. It's an organized mess to me. I'm fine with it. But my baby, you know, my little kitten is right here. She tends to like sleep near those slippers right there. They're a fuzzy dark blue slipper, and I think it just reminds her of course her little siblings maybe, but you know how she had her brother and that we both miss. I miss him so much. So anyway, you know, aren't I lucky to just be able to, it's part of just having gone mad, you know, with the Neptune oppose my Venus. It's like, wait a minute, I've got to just pacify 100%, you know, because you have Neptune in Pisces, and speaking of Neptune, you know, it's not so bad that because we do have these squares now. There's something very peculiar going to happen with Mars off in the distance, but it's not too far around the corner here because of the way that I'm about to turn the page. It seems like on this ephemeris and go to November, but let's try to get through this Sun-Pluto square tomorrow. And if you're a Pluto person, and even for sure, like if you're a Sun person, which means, boy, those two are kind of different, you know, but they can groove. They can groove. If it's a conjunction or a trine, they are, talk about in position of power, real life position of power, to be able to look into things for us and solve problems. That's what Pluto is. Very sneaky about this. This is what we don't like about Pluto. When we're full of shit and we're just a surface kind of shallow person, Pluto tests our depths. I mean, it just starts to open up all of the chambers of your depths of whatever and starts doing shadow work. I mean, that's Scorpio. See, here we are moving into, oh my God, see, it's a little kiss to Pluto. The Venus ruled sun at 29 Libra, the sun, squaring Pluto right before it goes into Scorpio, which is now Pluto ruled. And it's still, now kind of technically, it's still squaring the sun because you give it like 3-degree orb, an exact degree, so you know it's at 29 and then it goes into 0, which I don't think there's a 0 in astrology. I mean, maybe, I guess so. I did kind of went back and forth, but I guess it's always a back and forth, but right, but they choose 0 for a reason, and so I'm going to stick to it. But anyway, yeah, by the time it's the end of December, Pluto will be at 1 degree Pluto, Aquarius, and now it's time for the fixed signs to get a raking over, which includes that Aquarius, which it goes into, and it's all of humanity because it points at humanity. It points at the very, like I say the apparatus that is very, very technological. We run on electricity. We're going to find out that this whole arena and possibly the universe is highly technological. Not only that, but let's talk about possibly very boring. And it's up to us to make it interesting. You know, that's why, you know, I don't mind just getting really myopic and saying, talking about my cat, and let's get into it. I mean, whew, don't you wish? Isn't the particular survival game that's happening to us is just amazing? Because we are being held captive here in an institution called, I think it's the monetary system. Of course, I'm going to talk about that. Babes, it's this square. Now, I want to get more coherent and talk to you about this opposition that will be happening. Sorry, I'm looking for my glasses. hell, right? When you don't have this shit together and you're trying to do things. Where's my glasses? Oh, there they are. Sorry. Where's my glasses? I gotta have my glasses to find my glasses. Oh boy, yay. Um, Mars, and because I'm Mars ruled, and it's like, are we having a hard enough time with it being in a Cancer? I mean, do you see how they have weaponized water? Perfect example of Mars and Cancer, and then how that it's so uprooting to people in their domestic situation. People are like, before I knew it, my house was floating away, and it went to my mom's house, and her house flew away, floated, and boy, I don't know about you, but I see it every once in a while. Just it comes on the feed on my Facebook, and I choose to look at it. It's fresh and new. It says here is what's happened in the Carolinas, and then over. It's happening everywhere.